Welcome to Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs. Make your mark. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Thursday, August 25th, 2016. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. Right now, we're about a week away from crowning a new overall winner at the upcoming North American Championships. But it's last year's light heavyweight and overall champ, Mitchell Staats, that was making waves earlier this week. Some new photos and training footage surfaced of an absolutely gigantic-looking Staats, who just seems to be getting better and bigger and freakier every time we see him. After a bit of a whirlwind close to the 2015 calendar year that included his win at the North Americans and a top 3 finish at his pro debut at the Phoenix Europa show, so far this season, things have been pretty quiet on the home front in the Staats world. When he's on his A game, Staats has shown that his potential to hang in there with the best of the best in the 212 division. And whenever he decides to bring his many talents back to the stage, you can be sure that he'll be taking no prisoners. I don't know when Michael Bay is planning to hold a casting call for the next Transformers movie, but someone needs to get him Shawn Rhoden's number ASAP. Earlier this week, Flexa Tron was spotted out at Gold's Venice training alongside the legendary Charles Glass, demolishing yet another chest workout as he enters into the final phase of his Olympia prep. With all the talk about the Kevin Levroni's and Justin Comptons of the world, somehow Flexatron has become a bit of a forgotten man in this year's pre-Olympia madness, which seems pretty hard to fathom considering he's finished top 4 or better for 4 consecutive years. If there's anyone who has the tools to pull off a major upset at this year's event, it would be Shawn Rhoden. But if he has any honest thoughts about dethroning King Phil, he better dial up the rest of the Autobots and Decepticons, because I have a feeling it's going to take an interplanetary effort to win the Olympia. A few weeks after a solid 6th place finish in the 212 division at the Tampa Pro, rising second-year monster in training, Kang is still firing on all cylinders. Last year, Kang really exploded onto the scene out of nowhere after winning his pro debut at the Dallas Europa Pro, before moving on to finish the year off with a very respectable 11th place finish at the Olympia. So far this season, we've seen Kang roll out 3 straight top 6 finishes and look every bit the part of someone who's going to be a top 10 threat a few weeks from now at the Olympia. When he's at 100%, Kang has a combination of size and aesthetics that really come to life on stage as he poses. But if he wants to step up to the next level and firmly break into the top 10, he better make sure he dots every I and crosses every T for the next 3 weeks, because the depth and quality of the 212 division doesn't leave much margin for error. Things are starting to heat up as we race towards the finish line for this year's Women's Physique Olympia title, and it looks like species nutrition athlete Erika Blockman is starting to hit her stride. After a breakout season a year ago that saw her roll off a string of top 3 finishes and placed in the top 10 at her Olympia debut, this season Blockman has continued to blossom as one of the women's physique division's most promising young stars. At her best, Blockman has just the right combination of muscle shape and swagger to make her one of the most electric personalities you'll see on stage across any division. And conventional wisdom tells us that when she steps on stage under the bright lights, a few weeks from now, we're going to see her rise to the occasion. There aren't many men in bodybuilding who can squat 455 a few weeks out from their biggest contest of their life and make it look like nothing more than another easy warm-up. But I guess that's probably part of what makes Aussie big man Josh Lenartowicz so special. Lenartowicz is heading into his first career Olympia as one of the only real wild cards left in the deck. While on one hand we've seen him hold his own against some of the best in the sport, time and again over the last season and a half, on the other hand, let's not forget that this is the Olympia, where sometimes the pressure to perform has even caused some of the best in the business to fold. At 100%, Josh Lenartowicz could very easily end up being a top 8 or better finisher, but only time will tell how the first chapter in his Olympia story ends up playing out. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs. Make your mark. Check out ironmaglabs.com today. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions. and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Hey guys, it's Stevie B here. If you like what you're seeing, hit the subscribe button below and never miss another RxMuscle show, segment, or update. RxMuscle is #1. Woo!